There have been a number of warnings that have been issued to the government, both by lawyers who actually work in the courts as well as justices, as we've now heard from the courthouse in Milton. They do recognize that justice delayed is justice denied. This government has wasted taxpayers' money by spending over 1,600 hours from Crown attorneys fighting the release of their mandate letter, when those hours and those times can actually be put to good use in the administration of justice. We've seen that this government has not been effective in even enhancing bail reform. Our committee, the Justice Policy Committee, met earlier this year. We tabled a report, and those recommendations have yet to be tabled. We are hearing that judges are actually discounting and providing credits to those who have been spending too much time in pre-trial detention. So the solutions are there. We have all been providing advice to the ministers as well as to the Premier. They have been given advice by their own the ministry. They just have not acted on it. And what we need to see is active investigations as well as clear investments to make sure that the courts are properly staffed up so that there's no further delay to the administration of justice.
What are your, I guess, short-term and long-term concerns about this? If we don't get this dealt with, we could be having some, dangerous, offenders, alleged offenders who are facing serious charges just walk amongst society. That's probably not going to sit very well with many Ontarians.
No, and it's absolutely unacceptable that there are repeat violent offenders that should be incarcerated, that should have their day in court, but they, may not be able to walk freely among us. Doug Ford and his government is actually making our communities unsafe. He's actually denying those who deserve their day in court an actual hearing date. He's actually creating a condition where we have justices as well as Crown attorneys, trial lawyers who are all frustrated in just waiting. So we've seen that this government has not done well when it comes to even investing in the landlord-tenant board. We have people who are now waiting years, literally years, for a hearing, both landlord and tenant, to have their day in court. And so this is now spilling over, and we've now seen the same problem in the criminal justice system. We've seen the same problem in the criminal courtrooms. And, ultimately, Doug Ford talks about, being a law and order kind of premier when he's actually doing a horrible job, absolutely horrible job when it comes to administering justice. So our streets and communities will be unsafe while justice delayed for everyone.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how things improve in the weeks and months ahead. NDP MPP for Toronto Centre, Wong-Tam, thanks for joining us on CB24.